right, we just got done loading with Reed. Get Reed. Thanks, man. Thanks for getting all dirty with it.
Thank you.
Have a good day. I'll send this to you. All right, come on.
Come on, let's do it.
Okay. So anyways, I'm gonna go through it all, and if I just say whatever. These are the posts. The aluminum posts, they go over the steel posts that will be in footings. So these are the two tall ones for the center portion that's gonna have the solid roof. And then there's all the extras for the lattice covers in the drawing. So those are the posts, these are the clover leaves. These are the two tall clover leaves. And then these are shorter ones that you can cut up into little 2-footers, 2'6", so that you can do the footings for just the strictly aluminum posts. And then I'll climb over here. So let's point right here. These are 3x8s. Those are the support beams. This one's a square for the back corner. That one right here is for the solid cover. That will have the steel in it, and I'm getting to is the steel's right here. It's this big C-beam underneath the wood. I think it's got to get cut to fit, and then it goes inside the C-beam. And I won't be jumping around, but anyways, this wood is going to be for the ledger board for the lattice covers. You can make several of them, but you'll have different pieces that are square on both ends, and those will be used to slide the wood in, and it seals the wood so you can attach it to the wall and then attach brackets. We'll talk about in a little bit. We'll just keep going on. This is 2x2s. These are the slats that go on the open lattice cover. Use one as a spacer, so as you're tacking off, and there's videos about that, you can put one in between as you're going, and it'll give you even spacing all the way out. There's two different sizes, one for the 17-footer, and then the other one's 28 feet long. I think it might be a little long than what you need. Okay, moving over to this, these are the rafters. The smaller section, I ordered it at 13 feet, and the bigger one, I just ordered it all 13.6, so that way you have a little bit to go back on the back side, so we can catch this extra header beam on the back corner. And then this would be your gutter for your solid cover. You'd open this first when you're doing the solid. It's got the track with the ledger for that. These are all your side plates. There's videos about these. These got foam in them because people will be able to touch them. It'll keep it from. It just seems more like it's full of something. Yeah. And then come on over to the hardware real quick. So before we get to the hardware, just to remember, when you're using the rafters, separate them all, because they all have, there's certain rafters for the 17-foot section, and then there's other rafters that are 13.6 for the bigger one. And they kind of got this done fast in the sense they just gave me a bunch of caps. These would go, you'll know where they fit. These fit on the ends for the ledger board. One on either side, and you put tack screws in the top. These are called flat bevel. These are called mitered. These go on top of these right here. Fit on there, and every single one of these I recommend you putting at least one tack screw in them so they can't pop off. These are called flat bevel but 3x8s. That'll cap off the back corner header beam. If you have extras, it's because we just made sure you had enough, and if you don't have enough, let me know and we'll send it. And then these are the caps that go on the ends of the lattice tubes, the slats that go on top. Put the screws in these two on top so they don't pop off later. These are the 2x6 brackets. There's 10 in each one of these, but see how they fit. These will be going on your ledger board up on the wall, and then you put your rafter in, the bracket going, I think it's horizontal, vertical's the other way. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you tack it with 2 screws on either side. I mean, there's all kinds of videos out there. I'm just trying to help you with your material since we're already here. These are the 3x3s. They go on the tops of your posts. And that's for the ones with aluminum. The ones that are going to be filled with steel. These you're not going to need because you're doing footings, but they come in the kit. You can use them for other things if it helps. But these ones you're going to need on the tops of for the solid cover, because this fits inside those white clover leaves. Which, here, let's just go over. I don't have a knife on me. And so these, sometimes you have to trim them down or grind them if they seem a little big, factory cut, but they fit. Oh, that one fits, so that fits in there. And this is for steel, so this would go on top of a 3x8, right, where you're going to set it up on top of the solid cover with the steel inside of it. So that's what you'd use these for. And they're just beefier, and they fit the proper 3x3 steel post. So these are essentially, this one's for aluminum, this one is for the steel clover leaves. All right. There's gonna be a lot of extra hardware, but I'll go over each one real quick. So these are 3-inchers, those are just extra, I don't use them for everything. These you could use for the pans, or you can use number 10s. These are for the side plates that go on the sides of your 3x3s when you have aluminum, because they're sheet metal, they can go through the aluminum. If you're doing steel, then you're gonna wanna use a self-tapper. There's other ones. These ones are painted, that if they're exposed, you use the painted ones. These are number 8s, these are number 14s. Number 8s you use for tacking the rafters and just small connections, so you don't have big bulky screws. Then these are the number 10 pan screws, sheet metal. Those are to tack the pans to the hanger. And these are washers that I use for attaching the ledger board. We put in 3-inchers for when we build, like usually residential. So you guys might need to get different size bolts if you don't like these ones, like, because I think you're mounting on rock and stuff. So this is, usually we have wood, we mount to wood. So just 4-inch lag bolts, and these are 3-inch number 14s. After that, if you need something longer, you'd have to run to Home Depot or something. And then here's the other 14s I was telling you about. These are 14 self-tappers, 1.5 inch. Those are good for attaching the side plates to the steel posts. This is something you don't need. I added a riser to the top cover and you didn't need it, which there's another 2x3, so that's just extra. You don't need it, it's Adobe. So when you get to that, and I'll show it to you, it's over here, just stay right there. I'll find the lid. So this 2x3, when you get to this is for, you don't even need this. Unless you find a use for it. It was to lift up the solid section, and you don't need that because it's a multi-level. It's a long story. Not get into it. These tails go on the front of the solid cover. You'll have a gutter inside here, the Spanish round gutter, and you should have another one that's similar length of a flat 2x6. It looks the same as the ledger boards. It gets mounted on there, and these go on the front of that with these same kind of brackets. Okay, this video is getting long. Hopefully you got a drink or some popcorn. These are the 2.5 inch lattice screws. These go through the lattice and down into the rafters. I know those are side plates, but the rafters are over there, the same size. And then these are the header. They call them outside 2x6 header brackets. They go on top of your header beam in the lattice sections, and then your rafter can sit inside of them like this. And then you connect it with the number 8 screws. Probably 2 of them would be nice. You got a bunch of these for the front parts of the lattice and the back part that is on the back corner. Caulking, use it lightly. You don't have a ton of it. You only have one solid cover. You might want to get some extra caulking to caulk the lattice covers. Those don't come with it because they're lattice. They don't need to be sealed except for when you do the ledger board against the wall. I like to seal it, so I would order extra caulking for that. This is a gasket that rolls inside the solid cover hanger. Dude, I'm sweaty. So don't show this video to anybody. So yeah, this just rolls in there. If you scroll through our videos, some stuff we go over, it's just like depends on if we ever covered it. And it's pretty much getting it. That's about it. If you have something, you're like, take a picture of it, you're wondering like, what's this for? Just send me a picture and I'll tell you. The last bracket, this one's similar. That I want to talk about. It's similar to this, but it's longer. Because what it is, this one is used to mount on the back corner. I actually probably need to mail you 2 more of these. This mounts on the back corner and on the header beams where the solids come off. So I'm gonna get you 2 more of these in the mail because I can already tell they're not in here. So anyways, then I'll show you over here what this does. So that extra header beam, let's say that you're on the other side of this building and like you're going off the brick wall, I can do it down here. So this will go there, and then that way you can insert your 3x8 into it. And the same thing with these longer ones. You have your longer ones for your lattice. They put corbels on both ends, probably because they're Russian, but it's just cut off one side of the corbel and then you mount one of these onto the post, which would be like one of these posts. There'd be steel inside of it, and you'd put self-tappers, mount it, and then your header beam can slide right in so that you have like the multi-level in the drawings we did. And I'll show you the same thing. So I need to get you 2 more of those. I'll put those in the mail this week, and they'll be back here probably before you need them. That's it. Call me if you need me. Thanks for the work.